Good morning, everyone. Today, my name is Kem Charan. I'm the MC of the event today of Day 2 of Startup Innovation Thailand Expo 2022 or Site 2022. So today, we come with the reopen the city, come with the theme of reconnecting to the world, come back together after COVID-19 situation. And in this event, we could get everyone ready and to understand on the innovation progress and get connecting to not only national level but global level. And today we have the physical event like this, face to face, at Innovation Park here at NIA, also on virtual metaverse online that at site.nia.or.th that you can log in and access, and you can create your own avatar and to listen or to explore the virtual world metaverse. And we have metaverse forum, metaverse marketplace, including business consulting and matching, and innovative show over there on our website to let you know our innovation through conversation and lecture with many experts. So today, our topics gonna be about corporate challenge in changing world in this morning, global crisis to innovation opportunity. So how it's gonna be, let's take a look. And today we have been honored to have communication company, Mr. Akin Rakjitta, the head of Kun Arakin Rakjitta Phok, okay, the Innovation Chief Department, Advanced Info Service, Company Limited Public. And also Mr. Dr. Somnuk Jarunjit Sathian, the Manager of Department Strategy and Innovation Administration of PTT, an oil company, biggest one in Thailand. So please allow both speakers on stage. And today, let me notify you that we have safety measure on hygiene. We have IATK test everyone, so to rest assured and allow us to take off our mask so that we can see each other clearly. And as today, we can speak face to face without mask, or we have reopened the country, but every situation is it's been relaxing. So not only in public sector, civil society, but also private sector, that you have to cope with the changing world, and there are always challenges. For example, the pandemic of COVID-19, all industries, all companies been disrupted, and we have to adjust to the situation. Or even now, the COVID-19 has much relaxed, but we still have climate change and economic recession because of the war or the special military operation of Russia and Ukraine, for example. So we need to cope with the change of the world, this crisis. How we can change the crisis to be new opportunity by using new innovation. So today we have two speakers this morning as a representative from communication and energy industry to talk with us. So let me ask both of you, during COVID-19 pandemic, what's the impact happen to your corporate, to your organization, and what's the tendency of the changes that's coming up after COVID-19? Please, Kun Narakin, you may start. I think everyone got affected, like including AIS Info Service Advanced. You know AIS, right? Thank you. Yeah, so it's one of the biggest service provider of mobile phone in Thailand. So AIS, when we look back, can I show my slide? Okay, I have done this slide for all of you. We have 4 waves of telecom evolution. First, we have only voice phone, and then we start to do messaging, short messaging, and also we start to have internet, and many people turn out from AIS to Facebook to online platform. So our CEO saying that we need to adapt ourselves and we need to get the customer back on our platform. So this era we call digital service. How can we merge the old and the new technology together? And we starting from 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, and now we are in 5G. So this is the development of telecommunication. It's changed rapidly, but it's as planned. We call this era digitalization because every company use technology, like we use cloud to boost up our productivity. On 11 February 2020, it's been declared COVID-19 as pandemic of the nation. So we have to capitalize the word digitalization. And the Thai government announced the lockdown. Imagine the AIS staff at any shops, they cannot move away, no customer walk in. With this crisis, it make AIS employee become online vendors overnight. So this is what happened. And I believe all industry face this situation. We have to be in the do or die mode. You have to take action, otherwise you die. This is from McKinsey saying the COVID-19 crisis has accelerated the digitization of customer interaction by several years, at least 3 to 4 years. And moreover, there's some product that we never thought about it, like virtual running, for example. It's something that we never imagined of. But now we see that we have adopted new technology faster than we expected, 7 years. So AIS business have to accelerate our business pace as well. So to sustain in business these days, you need to digitalization. That's why we see you get more handsome, okay? So what AIS doing now? When we survive from COVID-19, we have used many digital tools, but in fragmented way, not really integrative way. It's just like, imagine people get drowning, and so they will just take whatever come to their hands, right? So when the world get disrupted by COVID-19, everyone gets struggle and trying to survive. But now we have survived, and now we think we should use the AI technology in more comprehensively and integratively. So this year our CEO saying we should change from digitalization to cognitive telco. So you see this graph. We have digital services, enabler, transactional CSP, cognitive telco, and digital services provider. So we call this cognitive telco. This is our new chapter of AIS. Yes, okay. So we have seen many company, many corporates been adjusting themselves and to survive from COVID-19 and to use the innovation to improve their productivity and keep moving. Okay, now let's take a look from energy. Mr. Somnuk, what's your tendency of the change of your changes after post COVID-19 and what's the impact earlier by COVID-19 to your company?
ครับสำหรับ
So for PTT, of course, we have done quite a lot in the past, and also we have faced a lot of problems, not any less than AIS in the past couple of years. So this is the overview of our business for PTT. If we don't count petrol stations, we also face the business owner, probably less with the end consumers as compared with AIS. So we have upstream business, intermediate, downstream, and infrastructure. So for the upstream businesses, the problems that we faced was the lower demand, and the demand in the use of natural gas has been reduced. So we reduce the production capacity. However, there's a limit to which how much we can reduce the production to make sure that we are still profitable. And there are the business that is limited or restricted by the lockdown situation. For intermediate and downstream, a lot of people stop traveling and especially flying. So this has impacted us significantly. And in the year 2020, in the first quarter, we were in red for the first time in several years. And we implemented the stop loss measure. Before COVID-19, the price was about 60 something US dollars. And after COVID or during COVID, the price dropped 3 times as much and became about 20 US dollars. So what we were trying to do was that we revised the organization strategies. Instead of growing into new businesses, we adopt survival strategies. We have 4R. First, resilience. We have to be ready for change. We have restart before this because PTT also owns other businesses within our network, our subsidiaries, although we may not be the major shareholders, but still they are part of our business. And because of COVID-19, we unite together even stronger, sharing resources and the unity. I have to say that it's something that helped us survive through the COVID-19 crisis. And in the future, businesses of PTT might even be more effective as people are moving towards EV or electric vehicles. I will share with you more later. So we need to rethink how we do things, reimagination, that is, and also reform. Here I'm talking about reformation of the organizational structure because in the past or even now, we are a huge organization. It's like a big elephant, a bit clumsy, difficult to change. So changing the organizational structure has been one of the strategies implemented to help us survive through the COVID-19 strategy. So I can see that through with the energy business, of course, has been significantly affected. And just by you sharing with us, we see a clearer picture of the impact imposed on these industries. And nowadays, when we talk about crisis, whatever crisis that a lot of organizations have faced, of course, we need strategies.
หยุดให้บริษัทอยู่รอดผ่านไปได้นะคะ
Of course, we need strategies to survive and also to thrive into the future. And a lot of people now open their borders, which help enhance the connection between innovation cities from one place to another. And I would like to ask both of you, for both of your organizations, how would you implement innovations in your business in order to set yourself ready for the open for the future innovation cities that will be open soon? Can I see the slides, please?
ผมไปกดของโอเคครับก็นวัต
So good innovation, I think it must solve pain points and has to benefit some group of people. It doesn't mean that it should not disrupt. Of course, disruption will happen. But before we reach that point, I would like to share with you that when you read newspapers, I think the problem about call center has been around for a very long time, but we often hear in the news more and more. But this is just the surface of the problems. Actually, a lot of the economic experts, we are not at the rock bottom. And I think for Thai society, it's going to be a lot more scary. And the charts here, what I would like to highlight is inequality. We are number one in ASEAN in terms of economic inequality. And there are also other types of inequality. For example, in education sector, in health, accessibility to healthcare services, and with the COVID-19 pandemic, all these problems will be even more obvious. It is not possible for you to be rich alone, because if everybody else is poor, who's going to buy from you? Who will be able to buy from you? So for innovations, whether it's for new businesses or for driving growth in the economy, I think we need to solve problems. It's not just only doing CSR and then contribute back to society. It's not sustainable. There must be give and take. Another aspect that I need to mention here. Remember during COVID-19, in Pattaya is fresh, Phuket is back. But what about now? We opened the border. Everything's just went back to where it was before. And the mask we are all wearing has become a huge waste problems. And the other day I went to a shopping mall and I found shoes that are made from plastic waste. I'm very happy to see this. It's very interesting. So when we open the border, open up our country, environmental problems are very important. We are in the same boat, or we are like in a pot, and we are like a frog in a pot, being boiled, being cooked. Everyone is in this pot, and we might not be aware of this. But and of outside Thailand, people have already discussed about water resources. During winter, in Thailand and the neighboring countries, have more burning activities. So this is something that we need to be aware of. So I would like to say thank you to NIA. We have initiated many good projects with NIA, and we call them RE Innovation District. And AIS, if we is the only main driver, it will be very exhausted. And we may not actually deliver substantial impacts. Many years back, we wanted to reduce plastic waste starting from our people. We worked together with partners, and then so we hang collecting plastic bags in front of the elevator, and they can use plastic bag from these bags for shopping in the nearby area. It's a very good idea, but after 3 months, people stop doing it because it's not part of business. AIS it's not who we are. I mean, it's not part of our core business. So we have to be realistic in terms of our effort. Our innovation district initiatives bring many businesses together, and we have joined forces to move on to push forward many initiatives. And what we're trying to do is we would like to together create innovation to do something to better the society, the community in our area. We are not there yet. There's still way to go for us to be successful in this initiative. Working together is not an easy thing to do. There are private, public sectors that have joined forces, throwing ideas. Actually, the concept is very easy. Do a bit more for others. For example, for AIS, we have AIS libraries. Why don't we open up this library for community, the local communities in our area? So the problems about inequality and society, of course, it's not only AIS and PTT that have to play a part in solving the problems. It has to be everyone who join in. We have to chip in what we can. It's like a jigsaw pieces. So once we put all the pieces together, then we can see a clearer big picture, a more beautiful picture. Of course, we can't do this by ourselves. We need cooperation from other sectors as well. So this is one of the ways that it's not just developing innovation for business or technology for advancement, but of course look at people district with people-centered innovation, taking into account the surrounding context, environment, communities, and the approaches that the business will be implemented in the context of in the current situation when the country starts to open the border. Can you please share with us? So I would like to add on to what the other speaker just said, that innovation, everyone here can take part in this, and we all share responsibilities. And you may have heard that we are still in a trap of middle income. We are still in the middle income trap, and we see sporadic growth scattered throughout the countries with pretty obvious inequalities in the society. So what Mr. Arakin said was just direct to the point. And innovation is not any single person's responsibility. Everyone has to chip in and take part in this responsibility. And PTT, we have received a new vision from our new CEO, Kun Attapol Rattabun. We would like to fuel life with future energy and beyond. Powering life with future energy and beyond. So what the other speaker just said, it has been next slide.
Carbon neutral carbon เราใช้เท่า
So here we would like to work on carbon neutral, and in COP26 announced by our Prime Minister that we will reach carbon neutral by 2050. And for PTT, of course, it was directed to us, and it kind of directly related to us because we are a huge business and a contributor to carbon level and for future energy and beyond. Of course, our business doesn't only deal with petrol and energy sectors. What we do, we see the gap in innovation creation in innovation ecosystem in Thailand. There are CVC that have invested in new startups, and it takes time to be become a unicorn or be a company that can actually make money. So starting from 100 startups, maybe only one will be successful. So we put ourselves into that environment so that we can help those startups. We have created Dosira Meti here at Rayong that focus on innovation development. We have Innovation Institute that helps with application. For example, after we have done some research and study, then there will be an application that can elevate to prototype and then scaled up for further operation. So nowadays, it's still we are still doing a lot of research. Some were successful, some were not, but everything has been great experience.
ไอตัวเหลืองๆ swap and
You see the swap and go here in yellow color where we work with the outsider partner. You see riders riding all over the everywhere, and they use lots of energy and fuel. So this is our EV motorcycle, and you can just swap the battery instead of waiting for the battery to be charged. We have planned to do the react. Now the leading company of the world, when they use energy, they have to use renewable energy. So React has been certified that this company has used the renewable energy, so that we can trace the credit renewable to the leading global leading company. And we have started in Thailand, and this trend is increasing for carbon neutral. So it's a starting point for the new standard, right, for all company. Now we are constructing our manufacturer, and we cooperating with other company. We also invested with other pharmaceutical company, chemical, main generic drug or organic drug or
จะเรียกว่าไบโอฟาร์มาซึ่งยาตัวนี้ก็คือ
biopharmaceutical drug, and it becomes next generation. And we want Thai people to get access to this, and we have cooperate. We have invested in Taiwan, and we maybe produce there and bring it back to Thailand for selling. We have made medical mask and plant-based food. You probably have heard, if you feed the cattle, chicken, dogs, for example, and you have released some carbon. So why don't we use plant-based to reduce carbon emission? It's also about the ethic of production too. As I said, carbon neutrals come along the way, and we have a big committee to work on the GHG, and also carbon capture and storage. Now studying the possibility of restoring and how to use CO2 without changing its form. We also working on furniture that's it would look like wood, but it's not wood. Maybe if you get sleep, you can just take a sniff of this kind of thing and make you feel refreshed. So yeah, very interesting. Today we have heard both organizations apart from run your business and to get profit, because we cannot deny that we are a private company, so we also aim for profit, but at the same time, how can we be more taking care of environment and so sustainability. So that's why PTT have many example of this idea, and as you say, startup, as we see, if there are many good startup with brilliant ideas, but they lack of support, financial, in terms of finance, in terms of technology. So that's why maybe we have hundreds of them at the beginning, but at the end probably only few remain or survived. So finally, can we get some of your recommendations about the impact of COVID-19? How can we adjust ourselves to cope with the new challenges? Because in the future, it's very unpredictable, right? It could be anything can happen. So can please both of you leave some recommendation to us here, please. I heard some reaction from you. Yeah, we use 5G technology to cope with fire, wood fire too. Yes, at PTT, I see many good things happen at PTT that you're trying to cope with to solve the root cause of the problems. The reason I say that, because after COVID-19, I saw the red dot here. You see the green graph. This is the change rate, exponential rate, technology driven. But for human historic adaptation, we don't change that quickly, right? In the past, as I said, it's been worrying that most people still don't have smartphone. But this statement is now wrong, because if in the past, if we show the picture that we pay for street food with mobile phone, people may think, oh, is it in China? But actually, this already happened in Thailand. Yeah. So now, even old generation also use smartphone in their daily life. So now everything's come cross border. So all industries have to adjust themselves to understand their customer even better. We have to be customer oriented, because they are the one on stage. They don't have to be with us. Just few minutes, they can just you know this picture, Pinocchio, the inventor. Sometimes we know customers don't tell the truth. Don't say the truth. Some said most customers saying untrue statement. So we need to do fact finding to get more understanding to our customers. More importantly, there's nothing new in the world. What I show you here, this is the fast skin swimming suit. As Speedo has designed and inspired from shark skin in 2000. Australian swimmer. Most Olympic winner wear this kind of swimming suit. So why the designer of Speedo get inspired by the shark? Actually, there's nothing new, right? Yeah, we should take a look on what we already have. Like maybe even what's happening in other company, we can also use theirs. But more importantly, what about people? Human development. We say oh, we need to understand more on our customers. But if I ask you, even here, what's the last time that you got aha moment? Oh wow! What's your enlightened moment? Where it happened? The enlightened moment. Can you recognize that moment of you? Oh, in the bathroom. Mine was when I do morning walk. Somebody said why drinking coffee, but many people saying they cannot have enlightened moment at school and at work. Why? This could be an issue, right? Because if you cannot have creative idea at work, at school, so there must be something wrong. This is a human brain waves. What did you do when you get your best idea last time, right? So when we stressful, we cannot have a creative idea. Yeah, you got fight with your friends, you speechless, you bang the table, you bang the wall, and you get a sip of a coffee, and then you realize, oh, I should have said this, I should have done that, right? So when we get relaxed, we will have a better idea. So we need to relax our people. Otherwise, how come you know your customers, right? Do not say, oh, we need to have 15 innovation by the end of this month. No, you cannot say that because as long as you cannot relax your crews. This is from the Wright brothers who created the airplane. This is the letter they wrote asking for knowledge. This is written in 1899 on May 30th. And the aero technology that time was zero. So this is their initial idea. At that time, there were many competitors. But these two brothers, they've been studied from others' failure. They took their lesson learned, and they found most people, when they invented airplane, they create the actual size of the aircraft. So how can it fly? Because they do not understand aerodynamic yet, right? So they finally they start with something small, and finally it can be done. So in order to create innovation, you have to start at the small scale and then upscaling later. The picture here, you probably see, this is our test. The smart bus station, that you don't have to invest a lot of money, but you can just say, we show the sign, and then they see, oh, number 50 here means bus number 50 is coming. So the easy principle, how can we do that? And how can we make this? We have our staff to sit at each bus station and keep calling to the next station that they're coming and at what time. This is the book called the Write It. It's the Innovation Indicator of Google, written by Alberto Xavier. And my residue message: don't be afraid to fail. Be afraid not to try. Okay? Don't frighten people. Don't keep blaming other people.
Google อีกแล้วนะฮะที่เรียกว่า psychological safety
We need to have psychological safety. We should be, you should feel safe to ask anything, to ask any questions. And this is my last picture. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that didn't work. A quote by Thomas Edison. And this is the product. WD-40. This is
สูตรที่ 40 ครับ อีก 30
humidity spray, elimination spray. Mr. Ted Williams is the baseball player, the best 1941. No one can beat him. His new name 0.404, but his new name is 0.406. So yeah, the key message here is don't be afraid of failure. We're gonna fail anyway. How many times NASA sent the rocket to the space? 100 times or 1,000 times failure, right? You know Angry Bird. You know this application. This is the version 52 of them. So I like to leave everyone here. Failure is very common thing at any corporate. The longer you stand, the more failure you have. But you need to have a new way of cultivation of the idea. You should think out of the box. Don't do the traditional way of doing. Yeah, very interesting. And leave the residue message for us. Mr. Somnuk, what's your residue message for us? What's happening in the near future? Mr. Akin have summarized everything. Don't be afraid of failure. We should be there to challenge. I just want to add a small thing on the customer-centric approach, that we need to find out what's the deep need of our customer. Sometimes what they say is not true. Like Steve Jobs said, that Steve Jobs don't have to found out there's no the touch screen smartphone. He integrating everything into together, and also digital transformation is quite clear. Because now we have many digital tools, we don't have to start from zero. We can just top it up, and also lean and agile. That the big corporate have opportunity is because they're quite clumsy. That's why we need to divide in a smaller group, be more agile, more adaptive, and we should have people from multidisciplinary. You cannot just have a group of engineer and do the big thing, because they will lack of certain perspectives. And you don't have to start with the large project, the big thing. You can start with small thing and keep growing, okay? Partnerships is also the key. Today, you cannot work alone. You need to have partners who already have good things, and you can have an idea that you can go along with them. We need to have innovative solution. Now, NIA have many tools ready for entrepreneurs, for corporate. How can we combine our existing innovation for the better use, for the better advancement? Because if you are the entrepreneur with innovation, you can upscaling and can grow exponentially. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, by speaking to both of you, we learn so many things and get the new ways that we can adapt to our sell not only to our corporate but also to our daily life, because everything is interconnected, right? So thank you very much. Our board speaker, please give them round of applause. So may I invite Administrator Dr. Kritaka Ponprương to give some souvenir to our speakers. Mr. Arakin first, Ais Info Service. Please give him a round of applause. And also Mr. Somnuk, the head of Innovation, PTT Public Company. Please have another group picture. From what we have listened to these two speakers, we need to be adaptive, we need to be agile, and we need to be open-minded and foresee the needs, the actual needs of the customers, and how can we adapt. We use the new technology to boost up our work proficiency, maximize what we have, and what we cannot lack is connectivity or connections. So thank you very much. Another round of applause, please. Yeah, we have learned a lot this morning, as we've been honored to have these two executives from these two companies with us. Interesting knowledge and information from the part of communication and energy industry. Next topic, we're gonna get back with the talk on leadership perspective, transforming next generation of enterprise. Please wait, we're coming back soon. We take a short break.